Well, welcome back, Rockstars, to another episode here on our Pokesaga Pixelmon Adventures. Last time we got the legendary Genesect, so let's dive right into it. Okay, Rockstars, so last time, as you guys saw, we obviously got very lucky with our shiny Genesect. Having a legendary, having crazy IVs on it, and having it literally by the first episode, going into the second episode of this series. With this, we need to take advantage of it, so I want to go ahead and get training on this guy. So for Genesect, we're going to need two different stat types for him. We're going to need both speed and physical attack, so those are what we're going to really need to train him in. Now, we do want to get our Grovyle and Machop EV trained as well, but with Genesect, we want to go ahead and get him taken care of so we don't have to worry about him, and especially because he's a legendary, we want to see what he's got up his sleeves. So go ahead, head over here to Warp EV and EV reducing berries. Yeah, but you don't have the prices, because I could actually use just a couple of these for my actual, good old Grovyle since I messed up a couple, but that's fine. So, speed and special attack. Now, there are a couple ways to EV train. The easiest way overall for one stat at a time is we're in the speed area, we throw the speed bracelet on Genesect, and we get working on him. But we're going to throw the attack bracelet on him, and this is so much better. And the reason for this because it's the simple fact that means we're training both his speed and physical attack at the exact same time. There's no reason not to do that whatsoever. So let's just go ahead. We're going to speed through these. Hopefully we can get a bunch of speed EVs really easily. This will give us some decent levels too, and that will give us a pretty good start, and hopefully we can put together a pretty solid team of 3 to start off here. After a couple minutes, we've already maxed out our good old attack stats, so now we can go ahead and switch over to speed real easily. I really wish they had those berries for sale, because when I do slash EVs on my Grovyle, everything's looking good because we started EV training, but we didn't finish it. So he's got a couple mixed stats here. He's got 2 defense, 4 attack, 1 special attack. Now the special attack's actually good. It's what we want him in, but the reason that's a difficult issue is because now we have to get rid of those stats if they happen to be just a few too many points, so we can't max it out, because you get 252 max and 2 different stats, and then you have, like, depending on which Pixelmon mod and how the points add up, 4 to like 10 different extra points of your EV yield points that don't do really anything, because every 4 EV points give you a stat point. So with that in mind, if you have the 6 extra points in a different category, but it's not going to do anything for you if they're spread out. So you kind of got to make sure you do it right. So I have all those extra stats in my physical attack for my Sceptile. It's just going to make it useless for me because he's a special attacker. So instead of doing that, I need to get those stat points into somewhere that's actually useful for him. And there we go. We've got Genesect's EVs completely maxed out. 252, 252, 504 out of 510, leaving us with 6 points left. So because we got 6 points left, what I think we're going to do is we're going to head over. We're going to get the points from HP, so he's able to take a couple more hits, so he's get a little bit more HP behind his belt. Don't want to waste those points, and then we can go ahead and get training on Machop and everyone else. There we go. We've got the perfect split of special attack and speed on our Grovyle's EVs. Now we've got our attack at 4, which is really good because it gives us a little bit of a boost. So maybe want to run something like Leap Ray because it has a high critical hit ratio. And then 2 defense set that does absolutely nothing for us because every 4 is what gives you a stat point. But now that leaves just Machop, and then we are good. Once we get this Machop trained up, we're going to be in the clear to go ahead and get level training on these guys as fast as possible. And luckily, we got a level training area, so that's going to make our lives a whole lot easier. But we have to remember we don't want to go over the level 55 cap, because that's what it is, if I think, or I remember correctly, for a lot of gyms, because they have a split between gyms and everything. So I'm going to have to double check that. But also, it's a really good point to have our 3 main Pokemon for our main squad already up and ready to go. So now we can focus on other things. Here we are, Warp Training. So welcome to LG. Train your Pokemon's levels with speed and ease. Tip: use XP boosting items. Well, I don't have any. So, mover learners are just here. Yo, that is sick, honestly, too. Wait, are these yeah, these are relearners, so they don't cost anything like the mover learners do. That's awesome. Okay, holy crap. So there's just level 50s that you can just sit here. This is awesome. So let's get in here. I'm assuming that these guys are all, yeah, Chanseys and Blissies, I'm gonna bet. So one thing that I noticed is very, very different from, say, Pokesaga and Anubis, because technically I think they're owned by like similar people, but I don't know exactly. But it's really interesting how they have their training area set up completely differently. While Anubis Pixelmon is completely about open world spawns from the spawners and everything in there, this is really, really different, and it's really interesting to have the NPCs here be doing this as well. But it doesn't give you the access as well, because with the Anubis ones, you can get all the wild bosses to spawn, and you can also get things like the lucky egg drops from the Blissey. But with this all being NPC Pokemon, it's not the exact same thing, but it's a lot more controlled environment environment as well. So it's really, really interesting. And people aren't fighting over the exact same Pokemon to train your levels against. So it makes it a lot more easier, I would say, for the most part too. And Flame Charge, that's sick. Let's get rid of Fury Cutter. I know it gets better when moved in succession, but I'd rather just go with it because in reality, I usually switch between moves or strategies. So I don't think that's the best choice. Making level progress though. We're level 28. Well, now we got Genesect up to 31. We need to get everyone else on the equal playing field. So we got some catch up to do, but this will be extremely nice because with 3 Pokemon, we'll be a lot more set. There we go. Machop is evolving into a good old Machoke, giving us a lot of advantage. So now he's not a little baby Pokemon running around with the Genesect and a Grovyle. So awesome. So we have our team for the most part. So it's really come together so far. This is absolutely fantastic. And oh my god, pause Pokemon do spawn out here, but I guess this is wild Pokemon out here. So that's really cool. But oh my god, I mean, we can try this, but there's no way we're gonna get through this. Okay, let's go Revenge, and yeah, not surprised. Okay, Grovyle, how about some insurance here? No, okay, in Genesect, let's go all in with a good old Fell Stinger, and yeah, no surprise, we completely lost that. I mean, it was an ultimate boss, and we have no levels whatsoever, but it was still fun. It's good to see that we have these bosses that still spawn. Well, now that we've trained the world's strongest Genesect, let me know down in the comments down below. Let me think if you guys should be replacing Genesect or not, or should we make him an official part of the team? Because, you know, there are a whole lot of legendaries out there, and who says that he should be the one that she gets the team slot? But outside of that, we need to get to really working on him. We've got the levels equaled out and everything, but there's a big issue is he has no move, and that's not going to change. So one thing I'm very, very happy about is I took a peek at the gyms. Now, all the gyms are really different here. So not only do we have 5 more gyms than we did at Anubis, but these are all equal level champions. So what it does is they just equal out your level of whatever your Pokemon is, and they have a level 100 cap on every single one, but they are no less than a 5v5. So unless we want to try to take on a 3v5, we should probably focus more on making our Pokemon stronger than trying to get our very first gym badge. Otherwise, we're gonna go in the dumpster because they're gonna whoop our butts. Now we're getting Grovyle to evolve into Sceptile. We just gotta finish up training him a little bit more to make sure he has a few extra moves, because right now his only good move for stab and special attack is kind of Giga Drain, and that's not really worth it. Ooh, Dual Chop over Slam. Slam's 80 base power, so is Dual Chop because it hits twice on that, and it's a dragon type, so if we're gonna have any physical move at all, we're gonna get rid of Slam. So I think that's the smart choice. So a few more levels on our boy Sceptile, and we can actually get going, because we need something at like Leaf Storm or anything at this point, because we just need a little bit more damage on them. We can't rely on Giga Drain. Alright, we might have chained the world's strongest Genesect, but we need to give it a little bit of a test run. Now, we're not gonna win this battle, guys, because it's a 5v3, but what I really want to do is what we can do with these 3 Pokemon specifically, because they're all really good IVs, they're all really good stats, they have good diversity of typing, so I'm really curious just to see how it goes, because I just want to see our strength. And they start off with an Ultra Beast. Okay, because of that, I'm going to pray that we live. We're going to go with Revenge here, and we don't, so that sucks. I was really coming into this hoping that my boy Genesect was going to get a chance to show off his X-Scissor attack, because it's Bug versus Grass. That's why I chose this gym, so I'm really hoping this will work, please. And he did nothing to us. Awesome. And we did a good amount of damage to him. Perfect. So what I want to go ahead and do is hit Flame Charge next, because I know we're going to live. I just wanted to increase my speed, and it finished him off. That's a big bonus. So now we have an up speed. Flapple. Let's go ahead and hit that X-Scissor, and oh, we barely lived that, and beautiful. We barely, just barely. I wish we had finished off Flapple, but we barely survived that. Now, we aren't going to outspeed, which really, really sucks here, because I wish we could Flame Charge outspeed, and we just lost our boy Genesect. So that is a big, big misconception for us. I wish we did a couple more Flame Charges to build up our speed, but it's not a big deal. Let's go Quick Attack. We're going to finish off Flapple here. Next up is Rillaboom. Now, we don't have anything to do with this guy. We don't have X-Scissor on our Sceptile or anything like that. So we're going to go Dual Chop here. Not the best move for us. I mean, 16% damage for a special attacker and non-stab. I'll take that. And we lost the battle as clearly expected, but we do have an extremely powerful Genesect. He came through like crazy in that battle, and if we actually had a full team, and if he was actually trained with the right items, because I have no items on them as well at the moment, we have no doubt at all that I can take down this gym. So make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time, Rockstars. Peace, peace.